Well, hello, and how is it going, my good friends and people I don't know yet, but I'm going to go ahead and call you friends. Hey, it's Kevin Colby. Wait, I do this every week of all the 2 weeks I've done. It's Kevin Colby, and this is the Creative Dude Video Marketing Show, and I'm Kevin Colby, thus the page. So I am glad you are here, whatever time you tune in, wherever you're tuning in from. Let me know you're here. Say hey, and if you got a question or something like that, oh look at that! It's my new friend, my new buddy, Diana. Diana, I'm telling you, here's something about Diana. You need to check out her YouTube channel. It is so good. And Diana, I don't know if I've told you this before, but I'm telling you this now for the whole world. I've learned a lot about my M50 from you. And I appreciate that. In fact, I've shared your channel with several people. So glad you are here. As I put my camera upside down, never a good thing. So excited to have you here. I'm pumped today. The title of the show is "Does Gear Matter?" and I want to talk a little bit about that. So this is week 2 of the show, and I'm super pumped you're here. So before we get going, I just want to say if you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, drop them in there. Especially anybody showing me love, I'll always put them up on the screen. But we are so glad you're here. I keep saying we. It's me. it's just me. But this is the Creative Dude Video Marketing Show. Let's get this thing going. How about it?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
I appreciate, again, you being here. And, one of the things that I hope this show doesn't do is waste your time. One of the things that drives me crazy, and this may be something we probably should delve into at some point, is about wasting time. I can't tell you. In fact, there's a buddy of mine, Joshua Verweres. I butcher his name every time. Good brother, good friend. We've connected through one of the YouTube groups I'm in and Facebook groups, and he's. I hope it's okay. I share this. He's doing a video on things that just drive you nuts about videos, and one of them to me is just people not getting to it. I kid you not. I'm not gonna share who it was, but I was searching out something the other day on YouTube. And it was it was something I was interested in, something I needed to brush up on Final Cut Pro, which is what I edit on, or my camera, or whatever. And this guy had a 5.5-minute video, and I'm like, sweet. 2.5 minutes into the video, he had never ever gotten to the point yet, and I'm like, I don't. Just get to the point. So now that I've probably wasted 2 minutes to tell you that I don't want to waste your time, I really don't. I hope every week I can share something that I'm learning, something I've discovered, something I think can help you. And just to remind you, this is what this channel is all about: helping you explore your gifts and share your story and impact the world. That's my goal, is to be able to share something about that. And I would love to hear anything that I can do to help you. And if you ever want to dive deeper and talk about a project or something like that, you can always reach out to me. You can message me, you can email me, you can hit up my website. There's so many ways. In fact, let me go ahead and do the plug right here. These are all the ways you can connect with me on YouTube at Kevin Colby Dude. It's a long story why. But everywhere else, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, where I primarily hang out, is at Kevin Colby Media. And whatever you think we ought to dive into, last week 2 or 3 people gave me some ideas that we'll tackle into some future shows about how important it is to have a website. Live gear, like what to do for that. I gave you a little look at what I use last week. I'm broadcasting live with Ecamm, and I know Diana's on Ecamm and loves Ecamm, and I'm actually using my Canon M50. Now, I did hold this one up. I'll hold it up again. I actually have 2 of these, and in a minute we're going to talk about gear. The reason I have 2 of the same camera is, for the first time ever, I've got two cameras that are exactly the same. Why is that important? If you're ever doing a two-camera shoot, and you may not have a desire to, and you don't have to, but to have two cameras that are exactly the same, that you can set up exactly the same, is huge when it comes to post-production. Now, if I was live streaming with two cameras, that would be huge too. The other thing I have is a GoPro. This is a GoPro Hero 7 Black. Hero 7. I don't know where that came from. I'm from the South. It should sound a little more like Hero 7. I love this. I love this thing. Don't like everything about it. A little bitty screen. But this is phenomenal. This has built-in stabilization. And if you're going, what the heck is that? Well, we'll probably talk about that once. But this is like a little Steadicam or a gimbal, however. And then I have my phone. So that's the title of this episode. And what I want to talk about is using what you have. There is love Ecamm and the M50, dual M50. It's an awesome setup. It is. Again, I mean, I'm a Canon fan. Have always been. Just love Canon. Just actually bought a new lens yesterday, a new used lens. So I don't know what that makes it. But I bought an 85 millimeter. The lens I have on this camera right now is I should have been prepared. Is a 10 to 18, and it's a little wide. But if you notice, I can zoom in, and I apologize. I was trying to think of the line from the movie Tootsie about how far back can you go, and he's like, "How about New Jersey?" That's about as far wide as you can get. I like it right in there. Got a little bitty light there. But one of the things I want to talk about today. Oh, let me throw this out there. If you're looking to dive deeper into a Facebook group where we just kind of get a little bit more into exploring and stuff like that, I'd love to invite you to be a part of the group I just started the other day. Explore Your Creative Gifts. That is the name of it. That is the name of it. Explore Your Creative Gifts, and 2 or 3 questions you'd have to answer. But I'd love to have you in the group. It's small now. We're going to grow it and just hopefully become a community that we can learn from and support each other. Adam Young saying you cannot top Canon's dual pixel autofocus. Adam, you are absolutely right. It is amazing. In fact, here, let me show something. If you're not familiar with it, watch this. Watch it focus on my hand, and ready? It comes back. And that is phenomenal. I mean, Canon is just known for their focuses, and let me know if that's one of the things you'd like to get into too. We can talk about that. But Adam, that was a good point. One of the things I want to talk about today. Oh, I got to share this quote. I love this quote, but it plays into what we're talking about. This is from Arthur Ashe, who was a phenomenal tennis player. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. So I don't know where you are on your creative journey. I'd love to know if you're like a beginner or you're a veteran or you're in between. I don't know what you call the in-betweener. We'll just call them an in-betweener. Look, I've been doing this a long time, and I still learn. I learn so much every day. There's things I don't know. Thank goodness we have YouTube and Google. They become my bestest buddies sometimes. But I love to edit. I'm really good at editing, but I'm still learning. I just this morning learned a trick about editing that I didn't know you could do. It's called an echo effect on music at the end of music. Anyway, but one of the things that I want to do is help people just start and explore and share. I think too often people get too hung up on gear and the tools they have. Now, I realize I'm saying this after showing you some of my gear, and I don't know if you can see it. It's way over. Where is it? Way over there. That's my gear stuff. It's I've got lens and mics and lights, and it's. Let me know if you can relate to this. That you have your gear and you think I'm set, and then somebody shows, hey, have you seen this? You're like, I gotta have that, but. You can get too caught up in your gear. Does gear matter? Yes and no. But here's the trap I think a lot of people fall into. They believe that the tools, the gear, will make them creative. And it doesn't. It doesn't. It can enhance your creativity. You can use it to help maybe enhance a part of a story. But tools and gear, they're not going to make you creative. I cannot tell you how many groups I see this in where people don't want to start because they don't have a certain camera. Or here, in fact, I'm going to show you this. I don't think this is going to be a problem, but again, I'm going live with my my Canon M50. But here's my webcam, and you're going to see a difference. See, it's kind of washed out and everything. Light makes a problem, or makes a light doesn't never makes a problem. Light makes it a little better. I've got a little light there, but then I'm going to go. I can't go back to the built-in camera because it's blocked. But then look at the difference there. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, but Kevin, I don't have a DSLR for a webcam. That's okay. So one of the things I want to do, I want to have a little fun today, because one of the things that I use my DSLR and I use my iPhone a lot. And my iPhone is it's an 8 Plus, and it's a great iPhone. And I can't tell you how many times, and let me know if you've heard this or you believe this. I can't tell you how many times that I hear, well, I don't want to use an iPhone for that. Or, well, you can't get anything good with an iPhone. Or, well, you didn't take that with an iPhone, did you? And by the way, Adam, you're asking, Adam's asking if I'm using a capture card to do the live? No. I actually, this is what's so cool. I'm on actually Ecamm on a beta version of it yet that they haven't. They just did a release right before the show. All I'm doing is using a USB cord. That's it. I'm just plugged in with a USB cord to that. No capture card at all. In fact, I'm taking a risk. I got one of these dummy batteries that I haven't plugged in and used yet. And I think Diana, I ended up learning this from you. Right now, I'm running off battery, so at some point we could just go to black. Hopefully not. But I want to throw a little quiz out there, and hopefully this will be interactive. And I'm doing it to kind of help you get into using what you've got and starting where you are. So I'm going to show you 5 pictures. And, well, here's the first one. So this is a buddy of mine, Graham Newell. I would actually, you ought to check him out, 602 Communications. I cannot tell. I've known Graham for so long. This picture was actually taken at the Hunt Library here in Raleigh, a phenomenal place. So my question is, was this picture taken with an iPhone or a DSLR? I'll let you think about it. Cast your votes. The answer, it was an iPhone. Actually, the iPhone I just showed you. Next picture. Actually, this was taken a few years ago when my beautiful rockin' daughter and I went to Washington, D.C. and did all the things you're supposed to. And so, was this taken with an iPhone or a DSLR? Here's the answer. iPhone. I just love this shot. Now, I did tweak it a little, but I think that's allowed. Plus, it's my picture. Well, it is. All right. Coffee shop. If you are in Raleigh, this is... oh my word, I can't, the Morning Times, downtown Raleigh. Absolutely. Hang on. I gotta put this up. I hope she doesn't get mad at me. 2 strikes. Trust me. I would have gotten these wrong too. And Adam's saying, yeah, can't tell the difference. It is crazy. It is crazy. All right, which one were we on? We did that one. Oh, we showed you that one. All right, here's this one. This is a great coffee shop, Morning Times, downtown Raleigh. But forget the picture. I mean, forget which one it is. That's just a cool... I mean, I would frame that as a poster. Plus, I love coffee. All right, iPhone DSLR. The answer, iPhone. Again, now I tweak these a little. I use 2 programs. I use PicMonkey and Canva. Most of the tweaking I do is in PicMonkey. All right, next picture. This was a lady, grandmother actually. I took this on a mission trip I was on last September in Ecuador. One of the coolest things I've done. Got to take my daughter, my oldest son, and his girlfriend. Went with a church group, and we were at a home doing a home visit, and this grandmother came in, took the picture. What do you think? iPhone, DSLR? Let's see. iPhone. And our last picture. Again, my daughter, who anytime I said you want to do a photo shoot, she's already in the truck. iPhone or DSLR? DSLR. Actually, we just did this a few weeks ago, and it was a lens I was testing out that I ended up not keeping. It was I ended up getting a what was it, a Sigma 24-70 millimeter, just too big. The Canon M50s are small cameras. Let me turn all these off for a second. The Canon M50s are small cameras. I don't know if you can tell. It probably looks ginormous when I hold it up like this. They're smaller cameras, and I have short little squatty hands with a bent finger. Ask me, and I'll tell you how that happened. It's a great T finger though. And so what would happen is with the 24-70, I'd be here, and because you can do shortcuts on your camera, I kept right when I would go to fire the picture, it would go to black. So here's the total if you want to see kind of how it ended up. iPhone and DSLR. I'm going to leave this up for a second. Now, if you notice a couple of things, if you see Graham, he's the one up in the upper left, and the grandmother down there. On the iPhone, and I think they added this from 7 or 8 up, I'm not really sure, but there's a thing in there called portrait mode. And you can only use it on the front-facing camera. So if you notice, there's two lenses right there. I probably won't pick it up. What happens is, I'm going to go back to that. Which picture is that? Nope. Yep. So if you notice, it's blurring out the background. I think the official term is bokeh. But what happens is it uses both lenses in the iPhone. And trust me, this is about as technical as I can get with this. But to me, that's just a beautiful shot. It's first of all, she's got just a beautiful face, beautiful expression. But if you go back to the shot of Graham, same thing. What happens is it knocks out what I call knocking out the background, and it de-emphasizes it. And now again, I did take this into PicMonkey, and I did color it just a little. And if you ever want to, I can show you the original in this. But I didn't blur the picture anymore. So why would I do this? Well, let's go back to what Arthur Ashe says. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. So maybe this is more of an encouragement thing today, but if you're creating, whatever level you're creating, don't get hung up on your gear. If all you've got is an iPhone, you can do some amazing things. I just wrapped up a project with a silversmith, and we shot, as for an online course, and we shot some of it with my iPhone because we needed to get very close, and it was over fire. I thought, well, if I'm going to sacrifice something, I'm going to sacrifice my phone. But I would challenge anybody to tell when we cut back and forth. I don't think you need huge cameras. Like I'm telling you, I've seen some amazing work done with just inexpensive stuff, and I've seen some really crap work done with expensive gear. Does gear matter? To a degree, maybe, but gear and tools will not make you any more creative. And I think that's the thing that I really wanted to share today. Is like wherever you are, whatever you're creating, it's amazing when you strip it all away what you can do. Again, look at these photos. I could have taken the one with the DSLR with my iPhone, but I was testing out the new lens. Again, when somebody says you can't, maybe show them you can. So hope you got something out of today. I would love it if we can connect. Let me show you one more time where you can find me. That ain't it. Where is it? Oh, there. There me am. All the places you can connect with me on social media, and always you can drop me a message here. And if you want to talk more, dive more, again, the Facebook group we started, Explore Your Creative Gifts. Love to have you there. I would love to connect with you, find out how I can help you. Remember, let me throw it. I just actually did this morning. But let me know how I can help you explore your gifts and share your story and impact the world. And I'd love to hear from you and connect with you and help you however I can. Thank you so much for watching this. Keep creating. Have a great today. I'm Kevin. Peace out. I got to go make coffee. See ya.